few years back, I started a research journey into why our education system often mistake a child struggle with reading and writing for lack of intelligence. And what I discovered was that our traditional education system always evaluates children by how much they can memorize and reproduce verbatim, rather than their capacity to create, innovate, and solve problems. So, my question for all of us here today is, if intelligence is only based on academics, what happened to our brilliant mechanics? What happened to our brilliant farmers, our artists? And the most importantly, what happened to the dyslexic mind? Today, I'll be speaking on the power of a dyslexic mind to help us shift our perspective about dyslexia and change the way we approach learning differences in our day-to-day life. So, let me tell you a little bit about me. It took me a long time to be able to read and write. At the age of 12, I struggled to adapt to how we're supposed to learn in the classroom, where we are being asked to follow daily lessons without proper explanation of the reason behind them. I was always thinking outside the box and constantly asking why to every single exercise I was asked to do. I guess you know exactly what kind of student I'm talking about. The ones who always ask questions in class and never stop asking until they satisfy their curiosity. Yes, I was one of them. And I'm pretty sure that there are some of us sitting here right now in the audience. Hi, guys. Eventually, this habit of asking questions led me to several punishments from my teachers, followed by low score in almost every subject in class. My confidence level went down the drain and I lost hope completely. I didn't know what to do to perform better, even though I loved the idea of going to school, which seems to be the only thing to do at that time. But deep down my heart, I was scared of going to school every day, just because school was not an emotionally friendly environment for me. I was very sad. Yet, I had no choice but to forge ahead, even when all I wanted to do was to give up. But guess what? I never gave up. 2 years along the line, I discovered something that changed my life entirely. I discovered that I was gifted with a dyslexic mind. Now, you must ask, what does that mean? It simply means that my brain is wired with a unique strength to see beyond conventional patterns. Knowing this about me changed the way I process information. I stopped asking myself questions and I stopped forcing myself to learn by memorization. And I began to rely on my virtual imagination and big picture thinking, connecting concepts and images. I also turned my constant learning question into my greatest academic strength. And I also empowered myself to always understand the concept behind every subject in class. And once I understood the reason why something worked, my brain could remember forever. My honest confession for me this morning is I didn't just overcome dyslexia by accepting my cracks. I overcame the limitation of the classroom by accepting my unique cognitive design. People with dyslexia may struggle with comprehension, reading fluency, and decoding. However, behind those challenges lie powerful strength in creativity, innovation, and big picture thinking. Dyslexic also possess an incredible problem-solving skills and deep interpersonal skills, making them exceptionally great at reading body language. So, let's look at some of the personality who actually exhibited this kind of intelligence. We have Richard. Richard dropped out of school at the age of 16 just because he couldn't read. However, he used his big thinking, his dyslexic mind, to build a global empire, a business that today the whole world is aware of. Let's look at Bill Gates. As we all know, use his big dyslexic vision to change the narrative of our world today. Agatha Christie, she was considered the slow student in class. However, she dictated a thought to become the best novelist of all time. Angelos, a multilingual professional speaker in finance and technology, and a founder of Lantec Academy, who now masters 6 international languages, all by using his dyslexic mind. The Archbishop Duncan Williams, here in Ghana, has struggled in school. However, today is one of the best spokespersons that we know. Rosalind Nati, the founder of the Africa Dyslexia Organization, she's changing the narrative of dyslexic kids in Ghana by promoting inclusion. All these personalities were once called lazy, stupid, and slow by the education system and by some of their family members. And I still believe that there are a lot of students out there going through life and experiencing this, and people think that they are just stupid when clearly they are not. It is for this reason that I, together with the Africa Dyslexia Organization, we are passionate about raising awareness, advocating for, and provide support for individuals with dyslexia and related learning differences. According to the International Dyslexia Association, research shows that the global population between 15 to 20% has dyslexia, making it one of the most common learning differences. Imagine if you could nurture this type of intelligence, what could our continent be? As we now enter an age of the 4th industrial revolution, where AI and artificial intelligence and robots are going to take a lot of what we do as job, we have absolutely no idea of what the job market is going to be in the next 5, 10, or 15 years. What we know and what research has approved on is that the type of intelligence we need is the type of intelligence of a dyslexia. The creation, the creativity, the innovation, the big picture thinking. So my big thought here this afternoon is this: we must stop assessing students by how much they can memorize and reproduce verbatim, and begin to award them by what they can create, innovate, and implement in our society. If we want an Africa that will lead this world in the next 5 years in technology, innovation, finance, agriculture, why don't we rethink our education system to think creativity and innovation so that all our students can learn to think outside the box? Thank you.